everyone, today I'm sharing 21 of my best picks for the Sephora sale for 2021. And when I'm posting this video, most of you actually can shop the sale. If you're a VIB member, then you can actually save 15% on your order now until November 15th. If you're a regular insider, then you can start shopping in 2 days. You can save 10%. And again, it goes until the 15th. But usually when I post this video, it's just when the Rouge members can shop, and that's just like not that many people. And it's way more fun watching these videos when you can actually, order something that you want to try. So I'll have everything that I talk about linked down below in the description box according to the number that you see on screen. And it's just the time to kind of stock up on your favorite items that you just constantly buy on repeat. And it's also a fun time to try things that you wouldn't normally purchase at full price. Maybe expensive items, maybe just fun things that you just want to experiment with. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna do things a little bit differently than normal. I usually recommend products in order of how I actually do my makeup, but this time around, I think I'm actually going to group things by brand. However, I am going to start with number one being foundation. So under number one, I will link my top 3 or 4 ultimate foundation recommendations. The IT Cosmetics CC Cream, that's still my number one. It's very full coverage, but I'm telling you, it's the best all around foundation. If you haven't tried it yet, do it. But I am also highly recommending that you give the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation a try if you like medium coverage, but very, very natural looking cover. I mean, it's the most natural looking foundation I have ever tried. It's also the most pricey foundation I have ever tried. There's definitely pricier foundations out there, but this is the time, like if you've been wanting to try this foundation, I would say now is the time to do it just because you can save some money. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to point out, because I think a lot of people aren't even aware of this, but Sephora's Collection, like their own brand of makeup and beauty, is actually 30% off now until the end of the sale. So if you're on their site, maybe narrow down your search by all of the Sephora Collection items. You can really save a decent amount of money. And I have 5 or 6 things that I'm really recommending to you, starting with this foundation brush. It's the Pro Foundation 70 brush, and I actually use it for the first time when you saw me applying that Armani foundation. I pulled it right out of the box, and I am so picky when it comes to foundation brushes. But I really like it. It's just so thick and big and dense, and it just blended everything really well. And the reason I ordered it, I got sucked into the reviews, and I have to agree, it's a really, really good foundation brush. And while we're talking about Sephora Collection brushes, another one I highly recommend, and this one I've had for quite some time, it's the Pro Crease 26 eye makeup brush. So it is just the perfect size for many uses. I use it for just overall color on my lid. I use it to go in my crease and do like the swirl motions and the windshield wiper motions. I'll also kind of like pull it down a little bit. I'll just get the corner of my eye. I get the inner corner of my eye. Like it's just the perfect size, the perfect density. It's kind of fluffy, but it also, works with the pigment to really get the pigment on there. I don't know, it's just a really good brush. I also really recommend the Sephora Collection liquid lipsticks. There's like 50 different colors to choose from. They're always adding new colors. People love them. They're really well priced. And then again, with the additional 30% off, maybe just get a few. I have multiple colors, but my favorite, the ones I usually grab, it's 02 and 72. But again, there's just so many colors. It just glides onto your lips. I usually do put something over top of it, but you definitely don't have to. All right, next we have a scalp massager. It's like a silicone scalp massager, and I have several of these, but I decided to obviously put this one in the video because this is a Sephora brand, and it's actually a lot more heavy than some of the other ones that I have, and I just feel like it just feels better. You can also hang it in your shower and actually use it in the shower while you're shampooing or conditioning your hair, and it really just, moves the product around really well, and it gives you a massage. It gets the blood flowing, the circulation flowing. I think it also really helps with dandruff if that's something you suffer with. So if you haven't tried one, I'm telling you, you'll really like it. Now we're on to number 6, and I'm actually going to put several items under number 6 because they all involve gift sets. And Sephora year after year has the best gift sets in my opinion. They're already amazing value, but with the sale, it's like even better. So first up, we have the Sephora Favorites Beauty Must-Haves. And this to me is the best pick all around. It has some full-size products, and it's just the best sellers over the past year. at Sephora. So if there's anybody that loves beauty or makeup, get them this. They can try new things, and I feel like they'll just love most of the products because they're all very, very highly reviewed. And then for the guys out there, this is a Sephora Favorites cologne sampler, and this is such a good idea for so many guys because, well, first of all, it comes in a really nice toiletry bag, really high quality feeling, really plush, but it comes with, I think 9, is it 9? Yeah, 9 samples of cologne. And then the guys over the next few months, they can sample the different fragrances that are also all best-selling, and it also comes with a certificate for a full-size cologne. So after the few months of them kind of like testing and figuring out what their favorites are, they can redeem that certificate for a full size of their favorite one. The last recommendation under number 6 is this Olaplex Holiday Healthy Hair Set. Hopefully this still is in stock. I feel like this is going to sell out pretty quickly because everyone is obsessed with Olaplex, and this is, again, all of their best sellers. So there's so much value here. I think this makes a great gift, but heck, don't even gift it, just get it for yourself. There's the number 3 Olaplex hair strengthener that they're so, famous for. There's the shampoo, conditioner, there's the bonding oil. This is just, again, like a really good value. Next up, we have some Rare Beauty makeup, which is the brand from Selena Gomez. And turns out I really like a lot of her stuff. So this is the Liquid Cream Blush. And let me tell you, a little goes a long way. When I was filming this video, I put like the tiniest little dots on my face. And I just wanted to show you that like even that is too much. Like you really have to go so incredibly light with it. So this is going to like legitimately last you for so long. And I have the Joy shade, which is like the peach shade. There's like maybe like 4 or 5 other colors, but it really blends well. I had to kind of like remove some of it, and I'm wearing it here, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful liquid cream blush. And I feel like it's the way to go, and it actually lasts. Next, we have the Rare Beauty Brow Duo, which I feel like over the last few years, I never recommend anything for your brows other than the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo. I love that. I still use it, but I'm always trying new brow products, like trying to find something better or different even. And I finally, I love this. And I love how it comes with everything you need. It's really interesting and kind of innovative. So you open it up and it has a mirror and it has 2 different shades. You can obviously get whatever color fits your hair and your skin tone. But then underneath it comes with its own brow angled brush, and it's nice and thick and hard, which is what you want for a brow angled brush. And then you can actually pull on it, and it comes with a spoolie, which is perfect for kind of fanning out your brows, making them look feathery and just separating them to make just like a natural look. And then when you're done, you can just stick it right back in here and you have all of it together. The last Rare Beauty recommendation I have for you until I move on to another brand is their mascara. So a lot of times I just never know if it's the formulation I like better, or maybe it's just the brush, or maybe it's a combination of both. But this mascara doesn't make my lashes look clumpy. I feel like I can glide through my lashes really well, and it makes them look thick and long, and it just does all of the things you want a mascara to do. Oh my gosh, I love this next product, guys. Even if you don't like highlighters, I swear you can use this for so many reasons. It's by Mario, like Makeup by Mario, and I have it in the shade Golden. It's the Soft Glow highlighter. There's different tones, but again, this is the golden shade. It makes you look like a golden goddess. You can use it obviously in the typical highlighting area, which is where I have it today, but you can also use it in the inner corner of your eye. You could use it as eyeshadow. You could use it on your brow bone. You could use it kind of around your lips to make your lips look, bigger and juicier. And it's just like, there's so much you can do with a highlighter. You can even put it down around your neck, on your shoulders. And the formulation of this is just amazing. Like it just glides on and is so beautiful. Next, I'm moving on to Charlotte Tilbury. And I know we just talked about my, favorite highlighter, but this face palette also comes with a highlighter, but it also comes with, oh no, I dropped it and oh my gosh. I literally, when I was pulling this, I dropped this on the floor and I can see that this bronzer is broken. I use this all the time. It comes with a bronzer, it comes with a highlighter and different shades of bronze colors as well, so you can really sculpt and contour, highlight. It kind of gives you a nice glow. There's like a nice like peachy, blushy color. So again, it's a face palette, which is really unique, and I've had this for quite some time, and I use it all the time too. So I'm really bummed that I dropped it, but it was my fault, I guess. But anyway, great. Love it. Just don't drop it. Now we have a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette, and this is the smoky eyeshadow palette, and I think this would make a really good gift idea just because it's pretty darn substantial, and it just has a fantastic color selection. It's very versatile. It's just a wide range of color options, starting with light all the way to dark. There's shimmery shades, there's matte shades. It's extremely blendable. I am wearing it today. I've had this for about 2 or 3 weeks now, and I do find myself continually reaching for it. So I'm not a huge lipstick fan. I feel like I always gravitate to liquid lipsticks and glosses. But when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I make an exception. I have so many of her lipsticks. They are the best, and they're my favorite. And so my favorite shades, if you're wondering, I'll link all of my shades that I mentioned in this video down below as well, but there's Catwalking, Penelope Pink, Cover Star, Runway Royalty, and then Pillow Talk is their most famous, most classic shade. You can't go wrong. To me, it's like the best formulation out there. Next we have Laura Mercier, and there's 2 products that I've been loving recently, starting with the caviar sticks, which this isn't really new. I mean, I've had their caviar sticks for so long, but I recently got a few new shades, and I just thought this would be something that like literally everyone can use in different ways. It just kind of is a product, it's innovative, and it makes your life a little bit easier. So the shimmery shades, it's like a stick, and you can again put it in your inner corner. You can also like bring it up and kind of like make your eyeshadow pop. Again, you could put it on your brow bone, you could do it around your lips. Like there's just so many different uses for the caviar stick. And then they also have darker shades, which some people really like if they want to use it as a thicker eyeliner, like a blended smoky eye look. You can just kind of put it in the corner of your eye, blend it with a brush, maybe bring it down around the bottom of your eyelid. It's really the formulation. It's just blendable and beautiful. The other Laura Mercier product is the Refining Cream Polish. So it's kind of like a physical yet gentle exfoliator. And I use this maybe once or twice a week on my skin, and it has like a nice texture to it. And it just feels like it's actually exfoliating. I know there's exfoliators out there that are a lot more smooth and it's probably supposed to be exfoliating your skin. I just don't prefer that. This definitely is gentle. It doesn't rip your skin. It doesn't like tear your skin. It's just a nice cream polish. And that's what I think I like about it. It just kind of feels like you're actually polishing your skin, removing the dead skin cells and making your skin feel smoother. Now we're gonna talk about Gucci, which, like I mentioned, this is the time that if there's some designer, more luxury brands you've been wanting to try, now's the time because you can save some money. So I've talked about this many times on my channel before. It's the Gucci mascara. I know I already recommended the Rare Beauty mascara, which I also really like. That has a lower price point. This is more expensive. If I had to pick between the two, I do prefer this one. And it, again, is probably the formulation, but the brush on this is very unique. It really separates the lashes, like very much separates the lashes and really lengthens them. So definitely recommend this, but I always kind of feel guilty because of the price point. But that leads me to the Gucci bronzer, which, oh my gosh, this is just a great bronzer. It's a great bronzer. It smells really good too. It has like a very light floral scent, a very subtle scent. The shade that I have is 03, and then FYI, I don't know if anyone actually uses this, but underneath it comes with a little brush that I swear no one actually uses, but it's cute. Maybe you do. If you keep this in your purse, like you can like kind of like touch it up a little bit. I've never used it, but I just use my regular bronzing brush, and I just think, again, it just blends really well. There's different shades you can get, but really it's just a nice formulation, probably because it's designer and it's darn expensive. Oh, and I've also really been loving this. It is the Bumble and Bumble BB Color Stick, but it's a hair crayon, and unfortunately, this is only for people with darker hair, like brown or maybe even black. I think it only comes in brown and black for the shades, but the purpose of it is for anybody with some stubborn grays that they want to instantly kind of just color correct. I also use it for a completely different reason. After I apply my foundation and my makeup, I sometimes have some leftover foundation around my hairline, and I can go in with this and just kind of, spot correct it, cover it up a little bit. Again, I will go in because I have a few grays. I've had certain gray hairs since I've been in high school, so I can just cover them up really quickly and it works like a charm. Next, we have the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I have tried so many clear brow gels, and this is by far the best one. It's great. It's just great. It's clear, and it locks your brows in place. It makes them look natural, but stay looking natural and perfect all day. It like really, really lasts, and this is probably the third one I've purchased. It's a definite bestseller. This is gonna come as no surprise. One of these days, I will stop recommending the Dior lip oils, but I just can't help myself. It's the best. I have them in all of the shades. I think they're all great. I have them in various locations. I use them multiple times a day. I use them by themselves, and I love using them over top lipsticks and just many different ways. And it makes your lips look so juicy and glossy. It's really just the oil. I think it's really unique. The applicator is nice and thick and chunky, and it just gives you so much lip coverage. They're just the best. So the next product might be a little surprising because before I was kind of torn on whether or not I ultimately recommended it, and it's the Dyson Airwrap. And I'm only mentioning it because when I tested it, like I bought it myself, I tested it out for a few months, and there were some attachments I really liked, and then other attachments I just didn't think I would use that much, so I was just kind of torn. But then I gifted it to one of my friends, and she is obsessed. Like, she uses it all the time. She swears by it, and I know there's so many people out there that just love it, and like they would never imagine their life without it. So I just wanted to mention that if you've been on the fence, it's darn expensive. It's like $500 freaking dollars. But if you've been on the fence and you feel like your hair type or your hairstyle would really benefit from it, maybe now is the time to give it a go, just because it would be like significant savings. So those are my 21 recommendations for the 2021 Sephora sale. I'll have everything linked down below according to the number that you saw on screen, and I'm also going to have a section down there of all of my honorable mentions, which are just products that I buy time and time and time again. I've recommended countless times on my channel before, and I didn't want to just, beat a dead horse, as they say. That sounds so bad. Just check my description box down below. I'll have everything listed there, and happy shopping. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.